Sam from Guitar Village here, and today we're going to check out some Thinline guitars. For a lot of us players out there, we've owned solid bodies, we've owned acoustic guitars, but Thinlines often seem to be overlooked. I know a lot of you guys out there play 335s and that's great, but I thought what would be interesting is to check out some guitars that are very similar to the solid body guitars you might already own. So like this Tele I've got in front of me here, I thought we could take this and compare it to a standard solid body Tele, and we're going to do the same thing with the Strat as well. Let's get started. For the Telecaster comparison, I've picked out this Paisley 50s Fender Custom Shop Relic Telecaster. This is a great guitar. We tend to keep these in stock quite a lot, or they're always on back order because they're very popular and for a good reason. But first up, let's have a look at the specs of this guitar. So I mentioned it was a Relic finish, which means that it's got lots of wear marks, you know, where the arm would have worn it out. You've got lots of kind of bits where the lacquer has been chipped off and things like that to simulate years of playing. And on the back of the neck here, which is really cool, is this really nice kind of worn out neck finish on there, which makes it super smooth to play. The pickups in this particular one, you've got a hand wound Broadcaster bridge pickup, and then in the neck position you've got a hand wound twisted Telecaster pickup. Now let's take a look at the other Tele as well. This one is a mid-50s style Tele, so it's a 55 Telecaster. They've kitted this one out with a 54 U-neck, so it's a little bit chunkier than the Paisley. The pickups in here, hand wound 55, 56 Telecaster pickups. They sound incredible, you're going to hear them in a minute. This one has got the Journeyman Relic, but with the white blonde finish, I think it really makes the Relic treatment kind of pop just a little bit more, so it looks like it's had a bit more work done to it than maybe it actually has. Because of that, it's still got that really nice kind of worn-in neck feel on the back, so it's super smooth to play. When I was checking out the Paisley Tele and trying to find another good Tele to compare it to, I think this was one of the closest ones, so I thought it'd be perfect for the comparison. Now, it's all well and good looking at the specs and talking about the guitars, but let's have a listen to each one and see how they differ. If you're watching this video, chances are you're not already subscribed to the channel. To stay up to date with our latest content, hit the subscribe button now, and while you're there, give us a thumbs up too. So there was a couple of comparisons between these two guitars, and obviously you're going to have some opinions, you've listened to them now. It'd be great to hear what you think in the comments below. Tell us which one you preferred and why would be really important too. From my perspective, after playing both of these back to back and kind of living with them a little bit, I do really like the lightweight feel of the Thinline Tele versus, you know, the full solid body feel. In terms of the sound, I think that both guitars have really nice features. The Thinline sustained a little bit more than the solid body version. Also, it has a slightly brighter sound, not kind of like snappy like you can kind of find from some of the early Teles, but definitely it's going to cut through the mix really nicely. With the solid body guitar, I found it did have a lot more punch in some of the low mid-range, so it might be better suited if you're going to play some rock, blues type music, you know, where you're going to be playing loud. It's going to work really well for that. Whereas I think the Thinline, funnily enough, is going to work really well if you're in quite a muddy band mix and you want something to brighten it up. This is going to sound killer. Now, let's move on to the Strats. For the Strat comparison, I've gone for this Thinline Eric Johnson signature model. If you've not seen these guitars before, if you've not played one, definitely check them out because they are very cool. They've gone for some really useful specs on this as well. So you've got a quarter sawn maple neck which has a 12-inch fretboard radius, making it really nice to play. Obviously we have the Thinline treatment. It's in this really cool blonde finish, and the pickups in this one are specifically voiced by Eric Johnson and then built by Fender. They sound incredible, the whole guitar looks great, and one thing that's a bit unusual, you might have seen these on some of the John Mayer Strats, is where they just don't fit a backplate. They don't even drill the holes for them either, so if you're doing string changes, you haven't got to kind of worry about getting it through that little hole on the backplate there. So yeah, overall, really good guitar. Now, to find a guitar to compare to this, I actually had to go up to the custom shop level to find something that I felt would be a really kind of close guitar in terms of the sound and the feel. And the guitar I have chosen is this 50s Dual Mag reissue Strat. This is in the aged champagne finish. Like I said, the Dual Mag Strats, if you've not heard of them before, that refers to the pickups, and it has two types of magnets. So you typically have something like an Alnico 5 on the bass side, then an Alnico 2 on the treble side of the pickup. And what you get there is a kind of brighter bass response and a warmer treble response to give you a really balanced sounding pickup. And I kind of think that's what Eric Johnson was going for in his pickups. So yeah, let's see how they sound, see how they compare. See what you think of each one. It'd be great to hear what you think of these ones as well as we did with the Teles, and let's find out which one might be right for you. So there's a couple of sound examples for both the Thinline Strat and the solid body Strat. For my ears, I definitely think they were very close, much closer than the two Teles. But in terms of the sound, I was kind of surprised that the Eric Johnson sounded a little bit more vintage compared to the Dual Mag Strat. But like I said, very close. The biggest difference, I think, was the attack of the note. So when you played it on the Eric Johnson, yes, it does have a vintagey sound, but there was a little bit more of a kind of crisp bite to it. So if you're playing with a band, it's going to cut through the mix a little bit better. I had loads of fun playing around with these new Thinline guitars, and I hope you enjoyed watching it too. We're bringing out new videos every Friday at 4 PM, so hit the subscribe button now. And while you're there, give us a thumbs up.